Going to show you a couple things about changing a color photograph to something black and white. So here's a basic 1-to-1 lighting ratio. The most obvious way is to understand that we're collapsing our three RGB channels into one grayscale channel. So because we have three 8-bit channels, or 24-bit color, we're reducing it to 8-bit color, this file size should go down by about 1/3. The most obvious way is to go and change the mode. I'm going to duplicate this so I can do a couple different ways. And if I go into image and mode, so this will change the nature of my channels. And there's a bunch of options, but for now, when we're working in color, the native is RGB color mode. For black and white, grayscale is the best option, and it will say it's going to throw away information that you can't get back, and there it is. And it's quite an acceptable black and white image. Now I'm going to go in and try another system where because this is a destructive system where it's taking away pixels, I want to get what I want in the most high craft as possible, meaning what I want it to look like and throwing away as little pixels as possible. So I'm going to duplicate this again. And instead of just collapsing them into a generic RGB to grayscale, I'm going to look at them. Now you see the red channel is very bright. The face is very bright. The green channel looks what you might expect for a grayscale. And the blue channel looks kind of funky. It's often quite noisy, dark, sometimes speckly pattern, because the value in the blue, the digitization process can't tell detail very well because of the dark values. So it tends to be that the green and red channel have the best value. So like if I go into my levels, and this photo doesn't have really good levels anyway. Let's go into RGB and look at the levels. Yeah, so this is our original. So we're working with very few pixels anyway. And if I go into the red channel, it looks pretty similar. And the green channel, similar still. Let's see what the blue channel looks like. Yeah, so quite noisy. You can see the spikes. Okay, so let's go in and we're going to do something called calculations. And if I look at calculations, it gives me an interface like this. And I have a bunch of options, but all I really want to do is take some of the the red channel pixels, some of the green channel pixels, and merge them into one new black and white file. So it's giving me a default, and this is the file name, and this is the layer. We only have one layer, but you see it's just the red channel. It's just the red channel and the red channel. And if I invert it, you know, it's just the red channel inverted. I want to make sure my blending mode is on normal. There's a lot of things you can play with in here. And what it's saying is the red channel is on top of the red channel, and the opacity is 100%. And it's going to result in a new channel. So what I want is I want the red channel on top of the green channel. I want the blending to be normal, and I don't want it to go to a new channel. That won't do me any good. I want it to go to a new black and white document. You see here, I can select it as a mask. That's if you're creating a mask and you would want it in a new channel. So for now, we're just making a black and white file. So what I can do is right now, it's not seeing anything in the green channel because it's completely opaque. So if I bring that down to 90, let's bring it down to 50 so we can see. Okay, so you can see this just got a little darker. Let's bring it down to 10 and even 0. So that's what the green channel looks like, and that's what the red channel looks like. Didn't mean to do that. So, okay. So, try that again. And red channel, green channel, normal, 100%, new document. And I won't click OK too soon. And but I will look at what I want it to look like and try the different options. 40 is starting to look good, full and round. What I'm looking for is I want a lot of information. I want a nice sort of flattish image, but has tone in it that I can manipulate. And that looks pretty good. And I'm going to go back to 30 so it's not too dark. I have some lights, but I don't have anything that looks flat. And then it's going to go to a new document. And everything looks good, so I'm going to say OK, and there's my file. So let's compare that to, that's the other one, we don't want that, to the first one. Okay, so this is what we created when we just went from image and changed the mode from grayscale to from RGB to grayscale. And that just took all the channels, red, green, and blue, and just collapsed them. So here, the difference is not only could we control how much value and a little bit of contrast our image has, but we also have a little bit more resolution because we didn't import the blue channel, which tends to be noisy and not very useful. So now we're ready to start manipulating it. So thanks for watching.